doesn't make me weaker. I'll tell you what, I've done more in real estate and mortgage analytics in the last 4 years, 5 years by having those advanced degrees than I've done in my whole 20, 30-year career in the business. So, you know, to me, I'm a personal fan of education. I'm not gonna ever deny education just because of what happened to me during the collapse. I couldn't get a position because I didn't have the bachelor degree, you know? And I know today times are different, especially with exploding student debt and stuff like that. It's understandable.
That's not an indictment of education on its own, right? That's more the
Well, no, here's the thing. I'll be honest about being an educator and a
okay.
professor. Higher education, our whole education system needs a revamp because think about it. It's costing you more money to get the same degree somebody went 10, 15, 20 years ago. You're getting that same degree, but it costs more money. So what does that tell you about it? It's like our dollar.
What wouldn't it be economics though, supply and demand? Aren't there just more kids?
That is part of it. But what have institutions done to revamp the finance degree, to revamp a business degree or a medical degree? It's the same. You learn the same stuff.
I think the issue is more that there's the guaranteed funding, right? Every 18-year-old can get, 150,000. If you're running a college, why isn't it smart to make tuition $150,000? They're getting the money anyway, right? So it's coming from security.
I get it. I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but
Oh, well, listen,
the problem,
I'm not saying that it's right or
no,
I'm
it's not right.
it's my
I'm telling you, it's not
observation.
right.
Yeah, and I agree it's not right. This is just my observation, and I agree
Yeah.
with you that the system needs to get read.
Yeah. Okay. The same. You can open up my statistics textbook from high school. It's going to be the same thing I did 2 months ago or 6 months ago when I. It's the same thing. It hasn't changed. And listen, statistics and the way we calculate math does not change.
Right.
It's the same, but the core principles around it need to develop into the 21st century. We're giving people 21st century degrees with 20th century style. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
And no, it does.
Yeah. You got to update it to make it worth the 150.
I agree.
So people like, okay, I can see the value in this.
So,
That's where supply and demand come in.
so speaking of updating, have you been on Drexel's campus recently?
Actually, I drove through Drexel's campus probably about 6 months ago, and I
Oh, it's
was just
completely different.
amazed. Yeah, like you can't drive down Ray Street anymore. Like where Myers Hall is in Calhoun, that's all closed
Yep, they
off.
got courtyard
New,
now.
yeah, there's a tennis court behind the house.
Oh my God, really? I didn't see.
They closed it all off. You can't even. I don't think you go up the alley anymore.
That's not.
Yeah, Drexel's really changed in the last.
I didn't cover this in the very beginning. Kareem and I have known each other since late 1997, early 1998, when the Phi Kappa Sigma fraternity brothers were recruiting pledges.
I'm a beta too.
Yep, at Drexel University, and I was there my freshman year, and somebody brought me over to the house, and we went out to Hooters on a what they call a rush event. It was the first time I hung out with them, and it was a great night. But we were at Drexel University, so we're reminiscing a little bit about the old days too. And I have to say, it's completely different there at Drexel. And so at least some of the money is going to updating the facilities a little bit because I'll tell you what, the dorms back then were, again, I was 18, I didn't know any better. But looking back, it's a little atrocious what we had to live in. But no wonder I ended up at the fraternity house instead of in the dorms.
Right. Agreed.
But I'm glad for the experience. So, like you said, every
Yeah.
experience helps. It's a stepping stone. So, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how your experiences. As we talked a lot about your degree, your academia, but
Sure.